Welcome to another episode of the Daily Complaints Comedy Podcast. I'm your host, Taylor Perez. Episode 93. Your boy has been on a thick one. And the reason is because the slow deterioration of the country I live in is very alive and apparent. And I don't know what to do. Yo, TikTok is trying to make me take my own life. The only things they show, listen, I just want to watch Keith Lee take his family to restaurants and be like, yo, I didn't like this one because this one because that's what I want to watch. The new Wendy's Frosty, the new Wendy's Frosty is strawberry. It's got a hint of straw. I like that. Show me more of that. I don't want this. Whatever's going on with this, I don't. I gotta snort. Whatever's going on with this administration is making me bum the fuck out. You know what I want to see? Show me videos of ladies getting tased. Oh, that's my bread and butter. I love that. Just we'll talk about that in a second. The interview with Caitlin, the second part of that interview is not playing this week. Is not playing this week. Why is it not playing this week? Because she pulls the dildo out in the middle of the interview, and it's funny and it's rad, and I'm super hopefully appropriately inquisitive about it, but I don't know if it's gonna get me kicked off of YouTube. So I have to review that and figure out if I blur that out, do I just post it? So that's still happening. I just don't want to get kicked off. So I we've amassed. I mean, it wouldn't be that big a deal. We have 300 followers on YouTube. It wouldn't be that big a deal. And it would show on Spotify. And Spotify, you guys are killing it on the Spotify following, but y'all need to come to the YouTube channel. Spotify, killing it. YouTube, I mean, we're doing 300. We're doing 300 listens a month, I think. Or like three something. So you guys are killing it. I love you. Getting messages about the rest of the episode, which is rad. Thank you guys like that interview. I might have more people on this podcast. Usually I just get on here and yap, but the overwhelming positive response that I've gotten to me and Caitlin just hanging out and bullshitting was rad. And we just decided to do it that night. So nothing was prepared. I mean, I had a couple questions prepared, but I want to be in the sequel podcast. Her and Brittany. Brittany was not on the podcast because, again, we just decided to do it like that day. But otherwise, I would have had like both members on and I would have talked over both of them because that's what I do. Because I don't know when to interject myself into a conversation. You think I'm annoying in that instance? I'm annoying in real life. I don't know when to fucking talk. I don't know when the sentence is over because people will be like, yeah, and then I got butt fucked and I bled to death through my ass. And then I did it, and there's only that little spot for me to talk. I thought, I don't know. I try. We try. We try to facilitate a nice interview. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun listening to it. The representation of our country is driving me insane. All right, you have Bill Clinton, which I'm too young to remember. Obviously, I remember the scandal and the impeachment and stuff like that. But he was president at a time where our economy was booming. I know nothing about his policies. And you go to George Bush. George Bush led the presidency through the 9/11 attacks. And then we went to war with Iraq. And we stayed at war with Iraq or Iran, whatever. Same place. Sandals, robes. Same place. Same place. Listen, it's not xenophobic because I don't care. I don't dislike those people. That's just, hey, sandals, robes, must be Afghanistan. We're from Iraq. Must be Saudi Arabia. We're from Iran. You all dress the same. Anyways, that probably nice people. Delicious food. Delicious food. Um, but yeah. So I should be timing this. I should be timing this. I should have got some water before I started doing this. I wish I was in a better mood. You can't tell though. I feel that I've projected myself in a very jovial way as we use words to hide the stupidity behind the camera. Behind the camera of a retard. Um, George Bush. I thought egotistical, insane, self-serving, but overall like a Republican I didn't hate. You know what I mean? I've never hated a Republican or a Democrat. Just whatever. The Obama administration last 8 years, definitely policies that I don't agree with, but he behaved in a manner that is fitting of a president. He's very regal. He spoke well. He took the time for people. He was professional. I was happy with the decorum of the administration during the Obama administration. I was fine with it. Obviously, like, health insurance shit, immigration shit, stuff like that I didn't like. But hold on. I gotta get a fucking something to drink. Hold on. I'm dying. Phlegm is killing me. Obama administration. I, it's whatever. It's whatever. I liked him. I liked him overall. Do I know anything about his policies? Not a lot. No, because we didn't get into like religious policy following until recently. So, you know what I mean? Trump didn't find him presidential at all. His behaviors were horrendous. I don't know how he got elected. It's the most ridiculous thing that I've seen that we we bring a reality TV star into the Oval Office, and now he's a representation to our country. Now other countries go through him and look at him as a representation of all of us, and our strengths and our weaknesses, and all there is weakness. All there is weakness. But then he leaves and loses to Joe Biden, and then Joe Biden comes in, and I don't know what I don't even know if I like him or hate him because I'd never heard about him. And it was the nicest 4 years that I've had in a long time. I didn't hear about anything. There was no scandal. There's no Joe Biden calling people a pig. There's no Joe Biden talking about hanging people. It was nothing. It was just Joe Biden, and he was like just walking around stage, like he didn't know where the stairs were to leave the stage, and that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know anything about his policies. I don't know. He was also a weak representation of this country, and I voted for him, but was I happy with my results? Not really. Not really. Because it seems like whatever he was taking to keep him up during the campaign, he stopped taking because he was like, "Nah, nah, nah." So I'm with everybody that sleepy Joe Biden. I'm with the analogy because he was very, very sleepy. You can call him old Ambien Joe because he never stopped taking them. It's Joe Biden's presidency was like taking Ambien and trying to stay awake during it. I just want to, I just want to see how it feels when I come on Ambien. That's what I want to, just jerking off on Ambien all day long, all day long. This guy. So now we have Barack Obama beating Kamala Harris. That, you know what I mean? Not a strong campaign. She had a horrible laugh. Lost. I voted for her because I wasn't going to vote for Trump. There's no way. Just because, again, doesn't traditionally act in a way that a president should act. All right, and I don't like his policies. I don't like his I don't like his immigration policies. His whole campaign sounded like a high school student running for class president. I'm gonna have vending machines in the lunchroom. We're gonna have two recesses. You know what I mean? Just a lot of stuff that you think is going to happen does not happen. So here we are now. Here we are now. We have we have a social media presence for politics that just seems to be abysmal. All I see is fucking social media politics all over the place. You got Pam Bondi over here with fucking ICE. You got the White House press secretary, fucking whatever her name is. She's all right looking. She's all right to look at. But as soon as this bimbo opens her mouth, my brain starts to melt. I, oh, oh. I'm sorry. I have phlegm. I had to pause the recording so I can go, so I could do all those things. Old man, dad noises. Dad noises. Someone not having any children, I make a lot of dad noises. So Pam Bondi, whatever this other lady's name is, I just watched her speak like 10 seconds ago. I can't believe I don't. Colette something. Colette. She's a blonde lady, and my penis. It's a weird thing because she'll go on the television and I'll see her and my penis is like starting to thicken up, like a vein will start to pop out, and then she'll open her mouth and it just goes right back just into my body. And I don't know if you guys have this problem. My penis is so small that if somebody saw it without any blood flow going through it, I might end up on Craigslist. Like some in my penis, like there might be a description of my penis somewhere. Like, hey, I didn't know where it was until I walked out the room in like this leather outfit, and then I saw that his dick was like okay. But before that, no, there's nothing there, dude. It's crazy. No one will ever see me soft my whole life. That's not gonna happen. I do not have my dad's genetics. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I was dropped off by like a big turkey bird or some shit on the doorstep because there's no way I have my dad's genetics. Guy just has a penis on. Like he would just, my dad would just sleep naked. And he would hear something in the middle of the night and he'd run out of his room naked to try to like, you know what I mean, protect the family. He was a really good guy. But you know you have a big penis when you just don't care. That man does not know what it's like to care about the size of his penis. I have to care. I have to care. Like if I'm like I before I would hook up with a lady when I was a kid, like I would slap this thing on my like fuck. I would do everything possible to just be like, please just look okay. All I have to do is walk from the door to the bed, and then we're gonna get it on. It's gonna be rad. Hopefully she's gonna fake it, but because if she doesn't, the silence is gonna be weird. Um, But yeah, I'd have to pep talk this thing. Like, look, man, just fucking, just please, just a little blood flow, just so I look good. Because there's no me. You listen to me, penis. You know that if we walk into this room like this, we're gonna get laughed at. All right, and it's the laugh that I don't normally. Laughs are my love language, and that's how. That's what I want to elicit in people, but not if I'm not telling a joke. I want you to just look at me and laugh. That sucks. So, anyways, beyond beyond the small, you got this guy in office and he's he's calling for I'm so gassy today, dude. It's so bad. I've been eating a lot of fiber and it's been making my shit sticky. And for those of you who don't understand what that means, when I use the restroom, you I like it comes out and it's fine. Everything's fine. The whole situation is fine. We've cleaned up the wiping. Okay? We've cleaned up the wiping. I've had to survivally, like, I've had to produce a wiping technique purely out of survival because I could not live the way I was living. Just itchy butt all the time. So now I get the toilet paper on, like, you know what I mean? It's on the hand, and then I get it in my butt, and then I just kind of like wiggle a little bit. There's no wiping. There's wiping on like the outsides, but once I get inside and I'm like, oh, I feel membrane. Then I've got to be like, doot, gentle. All good. No problems. I was not taught that as a kid. I was not taught that as a kid. As a kid, nobody came up to me and said, like, hey, your ass is going to be such a catastrophe at some point that you're going to have to put a little bit of your finger inside of your butt to get the rest of the poop. Because if you don't, your ass will itch all day long. Nobody told me that. They're just like, wipe the extra poop off of your butt. No one said, hey, there's still going to be some in the hole. This is information I could have used as an adult. Nobody told me. And if you go to your parents and you're like, hey, you didn't tell me I had to get a little bit of my finger in, not a lot of your fucking finger. You're not fingering your ass. Okay. There's just like, not even to the end of the nail, like the beginning of the nail. You know what I mean? Like just this little, like the little bit, because there's still poop in there and it's going to dry up and it's going to irritate that like sensitive part of your butt. So you have to get that out. I didn't know. I was just wiping the cheeks. That's why you know how embarrassing that is? And I put it in a recording as I slap my laptop. The development of a 39-year-old is not, we're not batting 1,000 today. So Donald Trump calls for the hanging of government officials because they're trying to tell members of the military to not do not obey. You do not have to obey unlawful orders that go against the Constitution. Pretty as as public servants, your job is to abide the Constitution because the Constitution is a set of rules that were made by our founding fathers to make sure that America stays great. America stays the best country in the whole world. We used to be. We used to be, and I love this fucking country, and I love the people that fight for this country, and I'm patriotic to an extent. I don't need an American flag shirt. I don't need an American flag in my front yard. Like I have one in my soul. I, like I'm happy to be here, dude. I'm just like we could be gay here. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do here, dude, and it rules. But this dude is making it weird. You got these trucks fucking posing as taco trucks and they go to Mexican neighborhoods and it's like and then fucking all these Mexicans run up to these trucks and then they just get thrown in the van. Now you're going back to Mexico. ICE got you again. That's fucking horrible. I thought they were supposed to be getting the drug dealers out of here. I didn't vote for the guy, but I watched his campaign and I know that he ran on cheap groceries, immigration, and the Epstein files. The Epstein files that you're on. I don't even know why he included that. We forgot about the Epstein files. I don't. Sorry, the little thing popped up over here, right over there on my screen. I was just trying to figure out what it was. Why would you bring up the Epstein files? First of all, I don't understand. You're on them. That you have 4,000 transactions between you and Jeffrey Epstein. Obviously, they're not all for kids, but kid buttholes on there somewhere. I can smell it. You walk around Trump, you're like, is that baby powder I smell? And it's not baby powder that he put on himself. That was on a kid's butt before it was on his pee. Either way, pedophile jokes, not funny pedophile jokes. Either way, you got a long history with this person, and now you're running on a campaign that hinders on you releasing these files. You did it to yourself. Like people were not talking about this anymore. Maybe some people were, but people were not talking about this like at all. So for you to bring that up, you dug your own grave with that. I mean, how many times have you dodged the judicial bullet? How many times? How many times? Like, and now, so Epstein stuff aside, we're gonna get a redacted version of this shit, and it's not that. It's what you're gonna get Leonardo DiCaprio in there, and that's gonna be like the main headline or something like. There's somebody, some poignant name is gonna be in there, and that's gonna be the headline. That's going to be the headline, and it's going to distract you from all the other shit that's going on. Just like I feel that they're trying to do, and I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I just listen. I try to make sense of what's going on and just ride the wave. And now you got this guy on Air Force One. A news reporter asked him a question, and he says, "Quiet piggy." And it's, dude, you're on camera doing that. Like I can do that. I say horrible shit at work. When I listen to rap music in my car, I say the N word during the song. I don't care. I would never call a black person that, but I'm gonna say it. I don't care. I don't think it makes me racist. It's in the song already. I just say it. I don't know. What do you want me to do? You be mad. You be upset. You be mad, but like I didn't write it. It's just in a song. But I'm not president of the United States. I'm not president of the United States. I have faults. I have like Tourette's or something like that. I just say stuff. I say stuff, and the things that I say are they're just more compelling to me to say if I'm not allowed to say them. So like, if I know I'm not allowed to say a word, it just makes me want to say it more. I don't know why. I don't know why. I can't tell you this is the way I am. I'm not supposed to say. I can't say this word. Now I now I just want now I just want to say I never want to call people that. I don't have any hate towards any kind of like group of people. I don't know. It's like laughing in a classroom. You're not supposed to laugh, so you just like I don't know. We've all been there. It's just an impulse. I thrive on impulse. This show wouldn't exist without impulse. But yeah, don't call people the N-word. It's not cool. Black people are rad. Don't be racist. Um, but yeah, you can't call a reporter piggy. It doesn't work like that. I don't understand. It's the most unpresidential behavior that I've ever seen. that I've ever witnessed, that I've ever heard, that I mean, that maybe has ever existed since the inception of this country. So what are we doing? What are we doing about it? Do we Charlie Kirk 'em? Is there a Luigi situation? Like what needs to happen? Now we have to have the hard conversation. What do we do? Okay. This guy, you got he's married to an immigrant. And he's taking people out of the country that are just fucking they show up and they do the jobs that are hard and they do the jobs that are available to them because they don't have citizenship, so they're just being hired to do these jobs. A lot of the time they're being hired to do jobs for less pay than us. There's no minimum wage buffer to make sure that they make a fair wage, which arguably is fair. Arguably, because minimum wage is horseshit. It should be a lot higher. And God forbid you say that around some Republican idiot that's like, well, if you make minimum wage higher, then you're going to make everything else higher. That's not how it works. Okay. When people have the money to afford things, they go out and buy things and pump money into the economy. That's how an economy thrives. When things go up and money stays the same, nobody has money to pay for the things that go up. So the things that go up stop becoming a necessity and people just start buying things that are affordable to them. Things are going up no matter what. You're just stupid. I don't know what's going on with these people, and I'm not a Democrat either. I'm not over here like, you know what I mean? Like, well, let the trans men use the women's bathroom. No, use your own fucking bathroom. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not on either side. I just don't like this guy. What I was trying to do with the lineage of presidency is like explain that I understand the faults and weaknesses of every sitting president since my birth or since I was old enough to comprehend like what's going on. I'm not a political pundit, I'm not a political conversationist. I just have a stupid podcast and I make fun of how small my penis is and you know, that's what I do. That is my wheelhouse. I just don't understand how this is the representation of like millions and millions and millions of people. It's insane to me. We're like the fourth biggest country in the world. You got China, Russia, Canada, us. How is this our representation? How are we okay with this? And then you got poor people. I don't know. He's got the greatest fan base of all time because he could do whatever he wants. And they still follow him. And it's fucking insane to me. Like I used to go to barbecues with Republicans and Democrats, and it wasn't a big deal. Now you literally can't. You can't do it. They're like these weird fucking like the MAGA ones are weird, dude. They're not your parents' Republicans, dude. They're weirdo. Like everything they got to bring up like woke, and you're like, what's woke, dude? Woke came from like hip hop culture, dude. That's like beyond my comprehension what woke used to mean because I'm not a black person. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that fucking experience is. And it's woke for me to say that. And it's really not. It's just like yeah, that's I'm showing the slightest bit of empathy for like having a color of skin that I don't have. I'm half Mexican, half white, but I look white, so my life is easy. I don't know what's until they read my last name and then they're just like, get in the truck, get in the truck. And I'm like, fuck. I didn't wear my sombrero for one day and they still knew that I was Mexican. I just, dude, it's just the wildest time to be alive right now. It's fucking it's just the crazy shit's happening. It's engulfing my. It's not engulfing my world, but it's definitely hard to step away from when it's all that I see, dude. It's all that I see. I got to get off TikTok. I got to get off Instagram. This podcast is supposed to be funny. I tangented off a couple times. We talked about funny things, but I mean, who the I have stupid horror movie reviews where I tell jokes, and some of them, like maybe one out of 100 videos, I tell like a political joke or like some kind of current event. But dude, for the most part, they're fun and they're engaging and they're stupid. You listen to this podcast, you're gonna get the inside of my brain. I don't know what to tell you. This is just I didn't have to go through any of my talking points. I've not looked at my notes once. Epstein files, and now Republicans think kid banging is cool. And this is another thing with you got this lady on the news and she's in the cabinet of the White House. And she's talking to another reporter, and she's like, well, it's not like the kids were 5. They were 15. What? I I gotta let me try something real quick here. Hey, penis, there's a 5-year-old in front of you. Penis. Okay, now there's a 15-year-old in front of you. Well, nothing happened. Why? Because they're both kids and it's gross. It's gross. Nothing happened down there. What's going on? Like, dude, I'm a 39-year-old man. I will not bang anybody that's younger than 29. 10 years. Not doing it. It's not happening. I will not date anyone that's younger than 30. Well, 29. You listen, 29, you got to be, you know what I mean? It's got to be going on. So a 25-year-old to me is a child. A 22-year-old to me is a child. I find that morally wrong. I would never there's no fucking way I'm touching anyone in that age range. Just not happening. Yes, I know 18-year-olds date 34-year-olds sometimes. I never blame the girl. I always blame the dude because the dude's gonna fuck the 18-year-old, but the dude's not hanging out with other 18-year-olds. He just wants to fuck that one 18-year-old. But she's mature for her age. Okay, cool. Go be friends with other 18-year-olds then. I dare you. Yeah, you won't do it because you just want to predatorily. It's predatory. Predatory? It's predator behavior. All right. And not the cool predator with the fucking loincloth and the fucking face. You know what I mean? With the mask on. Not that guy. It's just weird, dude. Like, and now we're having conversations where like 5 and 15-year-old, they're the same. For me, a 5 and a 15-year-old is the same. All right. And if you're older than 18, between the ages of 18 and 23, are you putting money away in your 401k? How's your homework? Is it good? Is it good? How's school? How's school? Those are the conversations I'm having with like the 18-year-olds that I work with because I'm around 18-year-olds a lot. Those are the conversations I'm having around 18-year-olds. That's it. That's it. It's not, hey, so what did you wear to this party? That's weird. I'm 39. It's weird. And I'm not a fucking hero. I'm not a hero for not trying to fuck someone 21 years younger than me. That's horrible rationale, first of all. That's how we should all be as a man. That's how you behave. You don't try to fuck 18-year-olds when you're 39. Oh, you're just a buzzkill, bro. Let's fuck that. Cool. I hope I never hang out with any of you morons that do this shit. Because these kids now, I don't. It's weird for me to say this, but like these 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, like I could be their dad. That's crazy to me. And it's incumbent upon me to like not try to be like if their vagina. I can only imagine how tight their asshole is if their 18-year-old vagina. No, it's like, dude, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'll make sure you like I do you get home safe. Cool. Later, I'll see you next shift. That's it. That's fucking it, dude. I don't. So for this, and then the point I'm trying to make is like I cannot fathom 15.5 is crazy, dude. It's crazy. The legal age of consent in some countries is like 16. That to me is nuts, dude. That to me, you're blowing loads on ladies before their boobs fully grow. That's nuts, dude. In a training bra, I just like it. It's infuriating because this pedophile weird shit used to be stuff that we all hated. You know what I mean? Like if as a pedophile, if you go to jail, the other inmates try to beat you up because they're like our crimes weren't as bad as yours, and like they have like a jail code because that's what losers do in jail. But I mean, they handle business. They handle business. And I'm not in some gay gang because if you're in a gang, you're gay. But and not gay. You're not homosexual gay. Okay? You're just gay. If you're in a like you can't do a kickflip in the 90s, gay. I cannot I cannot fathom where we're at as a country. I really can't. I can't. It's weird. It's weird vibes in the house right now. You know what I mean? It's weird vibes. Uh, our president's pink or orange. It's really weird because sometimes he looks like undercooked chicken, and then sometimes he looks like Dorito chicken, and I'm just like, there's always just a tinge of pink going on in there. You know what I mean? And his hair, it looks like ramen noodles, but like not a full brick. It's like ramen noodles if you took out parts of the noodle of the brick, and it's just like, you know, like that, like Fortune Feimster or whatever her name is, like she's got Trump hair. Sorry. It just you got it. That's what you have. I have other talking points, but it would not fit with the general atmosphere of this discussion. Oh, we can talk about, nah, do I want to? Veterans Day at work? All right, we might as well. Veterans. If you see, why do you all like free shit so much? Not even veterans. Like, why do you see free and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to get that? Dude, that's gross. It's like free. I don't want anything that's free. I want to pay for stuff because if I pay for stuff, I know I'm like going to be provided a service or a product that's got some fucking quality in there. Free? I don't want free. Apparently, we do free meals on Veterans Day. We should not do that. When anything's free, whether it brings in veterans or like doctors, you just get the worst bottom of the barrel human beings that you could ever imagine. And I hope I horribly find myself at the end of the day thinking like they should send this motherfucker back to war. I hope they send you back to war, you piece of shit. Just the individuals that come into my restaurant, not all veterans. I know not all veterans are bad. I don't do extremes. I don't do extreme MAGA and I don't do extreme liberal. I fall somewhere in the middle with rational thinking and a view of both sides as like, well, you used to have good points and you used to have good points. Everybody used to be, it used to be fine. It used to be a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Now it's I either support this weird now it's either I support this weird horrible rhetoric of fucking like overreaching ice shitheads, or I support fucking people using bathrooms that are weird and like it's just like social politics. And I don't like that didn't used to be what it was. I there's just weird shit on both sides that I don't care for. So I don't affiliate myself with either side. I just don't. I'm neither. You're just a liberal. No, I'm not. I really don't like our representation, but you could put another Republican in there and based on their demeanor and their policies, I'll make my decision if I want to support that person or not. But it's not a no. I will vote for a Republican if they align with my best interests, I'm down. I need a presidential Republican or I need a presidential Democrat. Democrats have always been presidential from my recollection. Their policies are sometimes weak. Same thing with fucking Republicans. Sometimes their policies are weak or they don't act presidential. In this case, it's both. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. These fucking the veterans, they come into my restaurant, they get free shit, and then they don't tip. If we're gonna give you free shit, you have to tip. Okay, I almost wanted to like set off some fireworks in the restaurant just so I could watch them all crawl under the table. They all start crawling under the table because they think they're in Nam again. Go fuck yourself. Come to my restaurant, just you know what I mean. Meanwhile, you go home and anytime there's a car accident outside your house, you crawl under the table with your dog and you're just like, Charlie's here, Charlie's here. I hate you people. I hate you people. But to the veterans that do tip, thank you for your service, and I love you, folks. It's been another episode of the podcast. Are you taking care of yourselves? Are you drinking enough water? Are you making lots of dad noises like me? Don't think I'm not self-aware. Don't think I don't know that I'm not an intelligent person. I know that. I'm ugly and I'm not intelligent. But we still have these conversations. We still have these conversations because I got balls. It takes balls to go and record yourself and put yourself out there, even though you know you're stupid. Or it just proves that I'm stupid. I love you guys. Kisses, hugs, belly rubs.